Yeah, so as Greg sort of alluded, they took a chance on Salem with having me be on board. And I guess just a little bit of my RCV story. Before I moved to Massachusetts, I am a Californian. I lived in a little town called Albany, California. And as I was leaving, they approved ranked choice voting in this little town. And I was like, that is so cool. I hope that I see some of this in Massachusetts. And it was on the state ballot. I was so excited. I was calling people, volunteering, and everyone was like, I can't think about ranked choice voting. I might lose my job. You know, as Greg was telling us, it was just a terrible time to try to get people engaged because there was a lot of chaos. There was a scary presidential election, and it was taking all the oxygen away from this really great tool that we could all get behind. And so I just sort of kept bothering anyone I could, and I think Tom Pink was somebody I got on the call, and he just, as you can tell, is so fun to talk to, and I was like, I gotta do this. And so eventually I think Greg called me randomly, and I was like, please let me, do this. And he's like, okay, I guess, like low 50s, let's see what happens. And we're still plodding along in Salem. So a little bit about what I've done. I'm very fortunate that the Salem region has a great League of Women Voters. It's a fairly new node to the league, and so there's a lot of, I think, really good energy there, and I'm on the steering committee, so people have to listen to me. And we've got 2 leaders here, so thanks for being out here. And they are so trusted in our community. They run the forums that we have. They're nonpartisan, and so they've been key to getting the trust of the community. And I've been able to, it's a small town, and so people can't really ignore you. So I think I wouldn't necessarily, let's talk if you want to do this, but I sort of just started talking to city councilors one-on-one and giving them a presentation. And it was really hard for them to be like, this is a bad idea. It's hard to get against this concept. And so pretty much all of them were like, yeah, I'm open to this, but only a few were like, I'll do this tomorrow, right? Like, I'll put this forward. And so kind of knowing where our council is sort of affecting how I do my work. And right now, I believe what Salem needs is just a lot of grassroots energy, and a lot of what I learned from Tom is grass talkers, so people who you either need to neutralize or people who you can really get sort of, talking about it, getting people excited. So it's the leader who runs sort of a nonpartisan website that keeps people informed, right? It's there's Salem State is actually one of the best schools for voting in our, I think it's the top state school for voting. So we really turn out, and so it's engaging those young people who are, right, 80% in support. And I've got the civics student engagement person on my side, and I'm going to I just recruited Billy actually to do a presentation at Salem State that it was going to be me, but I think it's better that it be him because he's a teacher and he can do this with his hands tied behind his back. So I'm trying to just slowly, get everyone knowledgeable of this issue, and then hopefully, because I do have some of those city councilors on our side, we can put it forward probably after getting a petition around so that we know we've got the numbers. But I think a lot of it is just people don't know what it is. I think one other group I forgot to mention was the Latino Leadership Coalition in our community. We do have a lot of Spanish speakers and Portuguese speakers in our community, so make sure that you are engaging with everyone in your community, not just civics organizations. I think that's really key. Yeah, so that's me. Not there yet, but we're getting there.